how can you say that that type of post didn't work then? Because it's what attracted them in the first fucking place.
Don't get caught up thinking that when you're busy that you don't need to post content. We have to change something now, because if we carry on as we are, that's going to decrease.
Today, we are going to talk about one thing that is holding you back quite drastically when growing an online fitness business. Daniel.
So we are Dan and Mike, and we are here to help you with your online fitness business in any way we can. And today we are going to talk about why the work that you do today will not pay off today. And how, just like you probably preach to your clients about training with muscle gain and fat loss and this sort of stuff, is that you will not see results instantly. And over time, look, you're just trying to build up little habits, little daily things that you know in the future are going to lead to you getting results over time. So it's quite funny that coaches preach that, but they don't like hearing it themselves. So we're here today to talk to you about that.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, I had a client that came in, and in his first week, he asked what he could do to get clients in this week. And quite facetiously, I said, make better content 4 months ago. But it was true. I think a lot of coaches come in to coach and expecting to kind of like pay their money, and then all of a sudden they get loads of clients through the door. And look, in some cases that happens, you know, if they've been consistent for a few months prior, and all they needed to do was a couple of little tweaks or run a call to action or something that they're not done for a little while. Yeah, some people can get 5, 10 and 15. I've seen somebody get 20 clients in the first couple of weeks. It happens. But more often than not, it doesn't happen, because there's your start point. So the work that you start to do from then is going to benefit you in 3 or 4 months' time. And I regularly get people, you know, at the 2 month mark that will go, you know, that thought they should have got more in by that point, that maybe haven't got, you know, the amount in that they were expecting. And I have to drag up almost like case-like studies of current clients that I've got where they just persevered until the month 3, month 4 mark. And then it takes off quite quickly. And it's bizarre because it is around the 3 to 4 month mark that it happens. So when you're implementing things within your coaching business, the point, or one of the points that I'd like you to take away from this is, don't be too knee-jerk in going, that didn't work, I'm going to stop doing it. That way of doing stories didn't work, I'm going to stop doing it. That way of conversations didn't work, I'm going to stop doing it. Do it for 3 to 4 months every day, I bet you it works. So the point is that you've not given anything enough time to work. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that me and Dan can do. If we'd have stopped posting or been inconsistent, our message wasn't there, niche weren't there, there's nothing that we could do to get in clients tomorrow. There's nothing that we could have done. But because we do the work and it's being consistent, then there might be something that we can do. But it's not something that we can do that works immediately. It's based off of the last 3 or 4 months that we've been doing, if that makes sense. If we did a call, if we said we're looking for 5 coaches that want to gain 10 clients in the next 60 days, we've got 5 spaces available. If we did that now, we might fill it. But it's based off of what we've done for the last 4 months, if that makes sense.
And I think it works the other way as well, whereby if you stop doing stuff, you don't instantly see things not happen. And this is the other thing that coaches seem to forget, is they have a week off posting, let's say, and let's say they put in 6 months of hard graft. They take a week off posting, and they think, I put a call to action out this week, nothing came in. It's not because of this week, right? It's not because you took a week off posting and all that sort of stuff, and they panic and worry and all that sort of stuff. And they really stress about that. But the point I'm trying to make with that is that when coaches come in, I say, you've been doing nothing for 3 months. You've been doing nothing for 3 months. So that's what you're seeing now, is like, okay, we now need to get to that point where we can get you. So if you did take a week off, you've almost got the equity built up over time, right? We talk about that a lot. We talk about, like, compare it to housing and stuff like that. It's the equity you built up in someone's mind that you're the right person for them. And Mike's bang on with that, like it's the 3-4 month mark. But not only that, I have clients who, even after 6 months, are kind of like, I'm not really where I thought I wanted to be. So as a percentage, they may have gone from, say, 3 clients to, say, 11. And they're like, and I have to remind them, I'm like, that's a 300% increase. Like, it's not bad, like, compared to where you were at before, right? And then I go, yeah, but look at this guy who's in at month 12. And then the 11 turns to 22. And then it might double again, all this sort of stuff. It's like compounding thing. So those of you that know about finances and money and compounding interest, it's the same sort of thing with this in terms of your business, is it compounds over time. So 1 week off won't really matter or anything like that. But I see a lot of people, and they drop the ball occasionally on little things, and I have to remind them I had this with a client recently. So he came in and he had 3 months of like a few referrals came in and he was doing okay and all this sort of stuff. And I kept saying to him for weeks and weeks, I was like, you need to start posting more stuff, doing more stuff. And about month 3 or 4, he's had a few clients drop off and he's had no one coming in. And I just said to him, I said, you reap what you sow. And I was like, this is a reminder for you that nothing happens on the week that you post about it. So like you just said about content stuff, it just infuriates me when I get people go, oh yeah, I did a call to action, nothing came in. I'm just like, that's not why, that's not why you do a call to action. Like you think it is, like, I get it, you think it is, you got to ask more people, you got to ask them to sign up for coaching. It's more a case of you're reminding people how to reach out to you and how to sign up with you. What you're saying when you put out a call to action, no one joins up, is that at that point in time, when those people read that CTA, they didn't want to reach out. That's what you actually mean.
It's like CocaCola don't put out an advert expecting people to rush out their doors to go and buy Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, everybody knows what Coca-Cola is, yet why do they keep putting adverts on TV? It's to stay top of mind. It's to stay... No other brand will you do this. Do you want to go to the pub for a pint? Yeah, I'll come and have a Diet Coke. No other brand would you do that. If you were going to have a lemonade, you say lemonade. You wouldn't say like Sprite or 7-Up. Like Coke have got it absolutely spot on with their branding. So everybody knows what a Diet Coke is, yet they still advertise it to be top of mind. And it's that same thing. That's why you're doing a call to action. You're not doing it because it's this magical thing that all of a sudden, like the Pied Piper, everybody comes flocking. Like that's not going to happen. Like instead, when you should be running calls to actions, is it should just be something that you're regularly doing throughout the month where you're not actually focused on the result of that call to action. You're just focused on the process. I'm going to do X amount and I'm just going to continue doing that. It doesn't matter whether somebody applies straight away within 1 minute or whether it's in a week or 2 weeks or a month. Doesn't matter. The principle of a call to action is that they know how to contact you whenever they're ready. Okay. So with your content and it taking that amount of time. So think of it like this. You don't start your diet to get lean next week. You start your diet to get lean in 4 months' time, right? You know that you've booked a photo shoot or a competition or something or a holiday 4 months' time, 5 months' time, right? So when you first start dieting and you slash your calories and you do your steps and you put some cardio in, it's not for next week's version of you. It's not like, right, Mike next week's going to be really happy that he's in shape. It's Mike in 4 or 5 months' time is going to be happy because it compounds, like Dan says, because the things that you do every day builds up so that you get further and further and further down the line. It's the same thing. You're putting out content now and having conversations now that are going to benefit you in 3 or 4 months' time. So you have to be okay to think about it on a longer time horizon. So again, when people come back and go, well, nothing really came out of the conversation, it will take on average between 3 to 6 months for somebody to follow you to then come into coaching. So I give, not everybody, but 90% of people that come in, I remember to do it. Thanks for the follow, 90%. So we're probably rewinding maybe 9 months ago, right? I looked through the point at which I'd said thanks for the follow to when I'd sent the Zoom link to them on Instagram, right? And I pulled out about 30, 40 of my clients and I just went through and looked. And about 80% of them had followed me between 3 to 6 months' time. So as I was looking through, it was like 4 months, 6 months, 3 months, 5, 4, 6, 4. It wasn't 1 week, 4 days, 9 days. It wasn't like that. It was all that. You'd get the odd one that was like 1 month and you'd get the odd one that was like 18 months, right? But the bulk was within the 3 to 6 months. So if you're making good content now that's getting followers and you've had 80, 90, 100 followers this month, they're going to be your clients in months 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you can't judge what you're doing based off of the week after you've had those followers. You can't judge it. You have to give it time. That's the whole game.
The worst thing that I think coaches do as well is when they get close to being full or they're busy or whatever, is that they really slow down their posting. And then, like you said, what happens 3 months down the line is then they get a few drop-offs and they advertise the spaces and I didn't really get anything come through. I didn't get as much as I wanted, and all that sort of stuff. It kind of happened to this client of mine. Don't get caught up thinking that when you're busy that you don't need to post content. So what we're saying in this whole video is don't post content just when you need clients. That's the wrong way to look at it. You post content because you're a business that's online and you're building a personal brand. So posting content is what you do. Whether you have 0 clients or 100 clients, that's what you do. It's a daily process. It's just a daily thing that you have to be doing. If you get to the point where with your clients you're busier and you find yourself slipping with content and time is an issue, you need to fix that. Because if in 3 months' time you want to then launch a product or launch a service of some description, when you do have more time to take on more clients, you'll get crickets if you then don't post for 3 months because you're full. When you then want to expand and grow even further, the people won't be there because they won't be as interested or engaged in your stuff as they were before to get full. It's why when coaches go through this process of making content that they like and they feel good about and they're personality based and authentic to them, and they start seeing their followers go up and they start seeing their clients then increase, they pump out the content because they see a direct correlation, they think, with that going up. And that they get to that point that they then stop it. I didn't have time to edit that reel. I didn't have time to do that. And then you see that natural decline. Trust me, I've seen it time and time again. And I have to remind coaches, you need to carve out that time for content creation because they think that their followers went up and that their clients went up because of the reels they were posting that week. I'm like, nah.
No.
Because the reels that you've been posting for 3 months before that it's not that reel was super funny and that's made people reach out and follow you. It's not that. And again, Instagram's the same, and I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced that Instagram is exactly the same in terms of their algorithms and that sort of stuff. It's no surprise to me that they reward people with putting in front of other people that may want to follow them when they've been posting consistently for about 120, 150 days. All these people that you see who blow up, right? It's not that they posted one video that went viral. You think it is because you see the one video that reached 1 million people or you see the one video that reached 500,000 people. What you don't see is the 90 videos that were posted every single day for 90 days before that got 3,000, 4,000, the odd 10,000, the odd 8,000. Then the average went up to about 7,000 and 6,000. Then they blew up. Then it went overnight success. It's not. It's the equity has been built up over time. And I'm convinced that that's the way that Instagram works as well. I'm absolutely convinced of it.
So like Dan, like you said earlier, with things take time to kind of come out in the wash. So like, if we stopped posting today, we'd still get clients for another 4 to 6 weeks. Like we'd still get them based off of what we've just done for the last 4, 5, 6 months, right? You'd still get people coming in. If I didn't make another post now, I'm pretty sure that I'll probably have a couple of inquiries next week, the week after, but it would slowly start to dry up, right? So let's just say if I did get something, let's just say if in 3 weeks' time, I've had 2 inquiries and I'd not posted in 3 weeks. This is the rationale that coaches have. I'm still getting inquiries.
Don't post content then.
So it's because I'm not posting content. Like, and I'm using the extreme version. It's like, let's just say I'd posted 2 bits of content and I got 2 or 3 signups, or I had a big spike. I'd be like, oh, actually, well, 2 bits of content is working then. Well, no, it's not. They were following me when I was posting daily, so that I've already built up that equity and that top of mind, and they've already decided that they like me and I'm good at my job. Because if you extend that time horizon and go, I'm not going to post for 6 months then, my business would be down. I'm telling you now, I'd have lead generation so poor that the churn would outweigh it for sure. Whether I got 1 or 2 signups in that 6 months time, maybe. But the chances are is that if you extend that and go, okay, I'm not going to post for 2 years, well, you definitely have no lead generation then, right? So think about it like that when you're making these decisions based off of your content. Oh, I made more content like this month and I got more people in. That's got nothing to do with it. What content have you made for the last 3 or 4 months? It's got nothing to do with what you've just done, because nobody's going to make a decision like that. So think on a longer horizon.
And that's it, is with all this stuff, with all this content. Same with the emails is another one. People, I sent out a few emails, didn't really get anything back. It's like, I hate that term as well, innit? Didn't get anything back. Shut the fuck up. Stop expecting things back. Stop expecting things back. This is part of the process and you do it. It's the same way of like I think of loads of other jobs that you just do basic stuff over time, didn't get anything back. What do you mean you didn't get anything back? What do you mean by that? Like, people don't turn up to normal jobs, right, and go, I did my job today and didn't get anything back. What are you on about? Didn't get anything back. No, you did your job and you went home. Well done. That's your job. That's what you need to do. And it's the same with this. You are a content creator. You create content. Doesn't matter what the likes are. Doesn't matter what the engagement is. Doesn't matter what all that shit is. As long as you're looking at your business and going, right, over the last 3 months I posted this type of content. It's not gone as well as the other type of content. So maybe I should change it. Maybe I should do something different. Which bits did go better than others? Crap. Okay, cool. Look back over what you've been doing. So me and Mike did this earlier today. We looked over stuff in our business in terms of some revenues and stuff. We looked at it and went, last 3 months did okay, right? What have we been doing? Well, actually, we've been doing the bare minimum in terms of content. We've not been doing as much as we could have done. We've not been doing all these sorts of things. We looked at it and we went, right.
Good.
Huh?
That's good. You're saying this is a good point that you're going to make.
And what we've said is like, we have to change something now, because if we carry on as we are, that's going to decrease. Because it's all the stuff that we've done in 3 months before that is that 3 months revenue.
Literally.
So our next 3 months revenue, I'm predicting, who knows, we may be able to rectify it, will probably be the same, because we've done the bare minimum, we've done enough, but we're always 3 months behind when we look at that.
Yeah.
We look at that number and go, right, that's because of the work that we've done between April and July, or whatever it was. January to April, sorry, it will be that one. January to April, April to July. We look at it that way, and we look at those numbers and go, right, the next 3 months is going to be, we're going to reap what we've sown. And we're going to see whether the bare minimum was enough to maintain those numbers or not.
It's literally that. We've had a record 3 months, basically. Record 3 months. But in this 3 months, we've posted less than we have done the months and months prior. We're clever enough. I don't like
self-aware
using
enough.
It's self-aware enough. Yeah, I don't like using that. But self-aware enough to go, it's not because we've posted less. But most coaches are putting two together and making five, and they're going, oh, so I've done this month and my revenue's down, so it must be that. No, it's not. So we can't go, well, we've posted less, so let's just keep doing that. We've really taken our eye off the ball. We're getting by because for the 3 months previous, we've really pumped out content. So what are we doing? I mean, we're fucking sat here filming today. Like, we're going to pump out more content. So we might stay the same. We might get lucky and grow.
And we're not going to pump out that content and then look at those 3 months, that 3 month revenue, and go, oh, we've actually kind of maintained. Well, yeah, because what we did before that. It's always thinking ahead. So what we're doing now is we're planning all this stuff now. We're doing all this content. We're doing all these things that we're planning behind the scenes that we're going to get ready, and you're going to see it all in the hope that when we look at stuff and go, right, November to January, that'll be an increase.
So most coaches would do this, right? Let's just say you book out a studio, and me and you, when we get these edits back, 2 weeks or whatever, week, I don't know. But whenever they come back, and we start putting out that content, right? And if we get no inquiries off that content that we put out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, right? Most coaches would go, well, I'm not going to book that studio again because it didn't really bring me anything back in. And it's like, no, you're looking at this completely the wrong way around. It's like, no, post more of that, not less of that. Stop making a decision based off the wrong metric. Post more of it for 3 months and see what you get in, right? Don't post it for 2 weeks and go, yeah, so remember, Mike, when I booked that podcast studio out last month, I got all the edited and I spent the money on it and nothing really came in off the back of it, so I'm just not going to bother. Oh my God, nothing. What are you expecting? Oh my God, your reels, the lighting's so good. You've put out such good content. I only followed you yesterday, but do you know what? Here's my fucking money. No. They might follow you off the back of that and then take 3 or 4 months to sign up. So then how can you say that type of post didn't work then? Because it's what attracted them in the first fucking place.
Yeah, we could rant all day about this.
Yeah.
It's exactly that. And the way, look, we know us, we always bring it back round to you and your coaching. What would you say to a client who wanted to drop 10 kilos and they came in week 1 and went, I've not dropped 10 kilos? You'd call them an absolute moron. So that's what we're calling you for thinking the same way with your business. Just because you've eaten in a calorie deficit for 1 day or a week doesn't mean you're going to get the results that you want in that 1 week. And you're not even going to see the results in that 1 week. You would say the exact same thing to a client. So use your coach head, use your coach brain, be logical about this and think about the decisions you're making and where you're going to be in 6 months' time, and use that as the mark of success. Right? It's a long-term game. Be patient. Don't get buy into all this crap from other mentors about, just pay me 10K and in 4 months you'll be exactly where you want to be. You probably won't. They're doing it and they're saying that to draw you in because they know that you're desperate and they know you don't want to hear that you need to be patient and it's a long game, just like all your clients don't want to hear it. But your clients go to someone who sells a meal plan. In 8 weeks, they get fucking ruined. They don't see the results they want and you end up clearing up the mess. That's what we're doing now.
If it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Look at any kind of guy giving out good financial advice. Again, even like Alex Hormozy. What did these people say? Do any of them say, invest in NFTs and get to £1 million the next week? Or is the most sound advice, invest in the S&P 500, do it over the long term, forget about it, go off the compounding interest, and in 20, 30, 40 years, you'll have some money? It's the least sexiest thing, but it's correct. So it's the least sexiest thing when we're saying you've got to give it 3 or 4 months. What gets more clicks on this video, or what gets more clients in, paying more money, is if we go, here are the 3 secrets that will get you in your next 30 clients in the next 3 days. That's that's more clickbait. Of course you're going to click on that. Of course. 7-minute abs, 6-minute abs. Like, of course you are.
And that's the problem.
That's the problem. But it doesn't work. So stop going stop searching for that. And if you need help with that, get some help. Our job is to go, right, there's the right track. Now we'll just hold you consistent to going down that right track until the people come in, rather than changing tracks based off the wrong metrics. That doesn't work, so I'll change that. That doesn't work, so I'll change that. That maybe I should bring that in. Oh, I'm going to tweak that. None of that matters. Get on the right track. Keep doing it. Give it 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Bet you your business is better. Bet you.
So if you want all the secrets to building a business, there's a members group.
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness, the members group will keep you on the right track. That's the whole point. That's why it's there. It is the cheapest thing you'll find that will give you the help that you need. Not that should be a selling point, but ultimately, look, we're not holding you to ransom for 10K, over 4 months, anything stupid like that. I'm telling you, you need a therapist in your Instagram stories. We're not doing anything like that. But you can join and you can see what we're about and you can see the advice we give. And there's obviously a few little things there you can do that will help you along the way. But ultimately, as you say to your clients, all the information is out there. It's the accountability that you need to sometimes keep going and keep on the right track, which is exactly what we do with all the other legends that are in there. They're all decent people as well, rather than the knobheads that are out there. So yeah, links there. Or there's also free stuff as well if you want to get free stuff. So have a look at it, digest it, and just remember this video whenever you're looking at all our stuff, all the free stuff you digest, implement it over the long term.
Bye.
See you in a bit.